Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to series where I gonna analyze games from my ladder and comments. The aim of this is to show you how I think about my game, what are the decisions, uh, how my strategies work, and I hope you're gonna learn something from this. And yeah, this is the start, and I'm aiming to do a long series with different matchups. My main focus will be the undead gameplay, and yeah, let's see. For the first game, I decided to analyze my game against a good Russian player, please, on console, and let's run it. Let's run it, guys. Game. Conceal Hill is a really fun map. I will pause for the moment after I place the first buildings. Okay, so my strategy on Concealed Hill is that you can either open with the fast altar and ziggurat for the fast hero, or you can open like this with crypt and altar. My aim is always on this map to take on one ziggurat and try to creep this creep, either if you're on this position or this position, right? It's I think it's a safer way and faster way to do it with DK and 3 ghouls to support the creeping, instead of doing it with solo DK by killing this creep and getting the 2 skeletons. There's always a threat that the Night Elf will bring Wisp either here. So I think on this position they can even hide it here. They can place Wisp here and deny your creeping and slow it down. Also on this map, it's some Night Elves, when they creep this spot aggressively with Demon Hunter, they take the item and they run to harass you. And the timing is always that you're gonna finish this creep and you won't be able to finish this or this. You're gonna have to commit your entire mana with the coils. So he will be here on time to cause some troubles with Demon Hunter if he chooses this hero. Besides, overall, I think like this map is pretty hard to creep early game with undead if you're being harassed, so the maximum you can have is this item. If you play the solo hero, I personally prefer to do it with the ghouls to secure the creep and secure almost level 2 and just fast tag behind. Also, this map is with the fountains, double fountain with the dragons, and I think that using the map mechanics is a priority in the matchup. So if we have fountains and we have dragons, it's really useful to play with the gargoyle style. And my strategy overall is just to fast tech. With this build, you're gonna tech faster, like I guess like 10 seconds roughly faster if you decide to open with the altar ziggurat opening. And from this, you can just play gargoyles, and you can either play on one base or you can try to fast expand. I really tend to not fast expand, but tier 2 expand. I tend to tier 2 expand a lot against Night Elf. I think it's a really good play and kind of underrated. And yeah, we're gonna see how this works. So please, in this game, chooses to... I will gonna pause for a moment because I focus so much on the map, but I also want to tell you how important it is to use your acolyte on the scouting. So basically, when I'm going to scout, I want to first confirm if my opponent is creeping this, and also a huge tell is a placement of the Ancient of War, because there's a player like Hot from the Ukraine, and he tends to put his Ancient of War kind of on the bottom, I think, because he's a Fire Lord player. I think you can also try to do it with the Keeper and with the Summons, so that when he finishes this creep, he pulls this Laboratorium creep and creeps with the same Ancient of War tanking. So seeing where this building is placed is also a little tell, like what is the future play of your opponent. But for the basic, you always want to confirm what kind of hero it is, so you can kind of adjust your gameplay if it's like a Demon Hunter or a Warden or a Keeper. So this game we've got a Keeper. As you can see, I'm already pulling 3 ghouls. You always want to harvest wood from the near position to the main base. I feel like from Actually, I put this in the wrong position. I think it's better to harvest wood from this position. And on the top from the left one, I think. But I would need to restart the replay to confirm this information. So anyways. And also, remember not to lose your acolyte. It's really, really important. Because right now, when people play Keeper, the obvious thing is that some undeads send this acolyte here. But the thing is that if someone is playing Keeper, they usually aim for the expansion on tier 2, right? So you don't really need to confirm it. You're gonna place it either here, here, or here, and you're gonna scout it later. You want to just see the information if the Night Elf player is going aggressively towards your base. So you don't have to be scared of some kind of early harass, right? As you can see, I'm already taking pretty fast. I think I'm taking faster than the Night Elf. Yeah, you see? I'm taking faster than the Night Elf. I just want to secure my level 2 with the item. Here you're gonna see one really important thing from the Night Elf. Because here I was faced with a decision. My decision was either after this creep, I just take the item, summon skeletons, and run with my DK entire map to the harass. Or I go take this item and then go harass. I chose to take the item. I could have just go for the harass and leave my ghouls to creep this just to secure my level 2. You don't have to finish the entire creep, just to kill the big turtle and send your ghouls back since you need to harvest the wood really badly here. And I would be actually on time to harass Night Elf, and what Please is doing, he's doing a really good play and he's really greedy about that. So he's trying to creep as fast as possible and as efficient as possible, and he's pulling the creep, and you're gonna see the trick that he's doing, and I think it's a really proper play from his perspective, where he's gonna pull the creep and bam, entangle it, right? Secure the item. That's a really greedy play and a really good play, and it works because I'm late. If I didn't go for this creep on the bottom for the turtles, I would be here on time and I could punish this way of creeping, but you need to take risk as a player to gain some edge over your opponent. So I already confirmed that he is making expansion, and all I want to do now when I'm taking to the gargoyle play is just buy time. I just want to delay my opponent as much as possible, just stick around, don't commit my skeletons, try to send them for some wisps. I'm actually not doing it. I'm keeping my skeleton here just in case to aggro the creeps. This skeleton shouldn't run like that. That's a mistake. It should go way here around to the base and start harassing him. You want to force your opponent to multitask as much as possible. You want to force mistakes from him, right? Sometimes people are making mechanical mistakes. They're forgetting something. They're occupied with something, and sometimes you're gonna kill a wisp when your opponent is not looking for it, right? Also, with this macro build, I'm aiming for 5 ghouls. The thing is that when I'm gonna reach tier 2, you want to have exactly 9 foot spared for 2 gargoyles and 1 hero. Gonna be 2 gargoyles and lich. So it's 9 supply instantly on tier 2. And let's see what happens. I'm just buying time right now. I know that he wants to expand, and he has two things to do. He either defends this or he creeps this, and he wants to defend this, so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with him not creeping, not reaching level 3. You can see my skeleton is harassing his whiffs. That is something that you should always do. I know I won't deny this expansion. It's really hard to do, but you want to buy time. Buying time is as efficient as denying the expansion. It's all about time, in my opinion. It's really hard to deny expansion. Usually you need a lot of resource for it. But buying time is as efficient, you know, like he's going for this round. Also, remember, that's super important. Don't be shy about buying Dust of Appearance. I know it's gonna delay your tech a little, but you're gonna be safe from this kind of rounds. Because right now I can force a kill on an archer. He doesn't want to lose archer, and I'm free, right? So still, we reach tier 2. You can see 2 gargoyles already. Lich is being made. 1 ziggurat to make more supply, to have more supply. Still buying time, but since I'm reaching tier 2, we're ready to take our ghouls, we're ready to take gargoyles. Gargoyles are actually going to harass, so again, we want to kind of force our opponent for some kind of reaction from him. because even if a player knows that I'm a tier 2 expansion player, and he says, okay, I'm gonna expand now and I'm gonna go play aggressive on his side of the map, you send gargoyles to actually split his army, because if he commits all in for this with the push, you're gonna harass his wisps and he gonna lose some wisps. You can still play with one base and play like the map and tactically here. As you can see, we're securing the expansion. It's a really strong play. Look like what is the army of Night Elf when he's trying to push me. He's 33 supply. He's gonna buy Alchemist. There's keeper level 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 archers. He's splitting his army, 3 archers in the base. He's gonna buy Alchemist and that's his push, right? So he's gonna be 4 archers, keeper, Alchemist, and I have like Rod, triple ghoul, triple ghoul. Like this ghoul gonna go to the wood and some skeletons. So we're good with the defense here.
Our forces are under attack.
It will be really hard for him to stop it, and he will have to commit really hard. So gonna definitely lose something if he wants to do something here. Okay, a mistake here again. Micro mistake. You don't wanna get this dispel here. So that was a mistake from me. Again, gargoyles just being annoying. Don't be shy about multitasking. You need to force yourself for some higher level plays. And again, I see him committing. The mistake from me was I was having like 5 skeletons, and I should have sent like 1 skeleton north to the scout and other one to the west to see if he is like creeping middle, if he is creeping shop, or if he's going aggro to my base, or if he is creeping the lab, or going aggro to my expansion. I was not ready here. That was a mistake from me, and as you can see, information and scouting is really important here. So this push is kinda shy from him, in my opinion. It's only 4 archers, as I said. Even the keeper didn't choose level 2 trends, so it's a small army. We have 4 skeletons, 3 ghouls on a flank, and we defend the expansion here. I'm bringing gargoyles for the defense because I was a little bit scared of this, but maybe they weren't necessarily, as you can see. And because of my bad scouting, he will be able probably to stop. Yeah, he will be able to stop the gold mine, but he gonna lose in the process a hero. So it's arguable if it's a good trade for him or not. He stopped my expansion, but he lost a second hero, and he gonna lose an archer. And he's like losing the dynamic right now, because what he wants to do is creep his second hero, and he cannot do this right now. So I'm still trying to secure my expansion, doing gargoyles in the process. We're kind of okay. Also, when you're playing gargoyles, a really good number to have, a really flexible number, is 6 gargoyles. 6 gargoyles is a good number to harass wisps, then you just need 2 volleys to kill a wisp. It's also a number that doesn't I don't know, give like, it still gives you some possibilities. Like, you're not really committed to the gargoyles, and your opponent still needs to decide what kind of army he's going. Because he cannot say like, okay, this guy is definitely going mass gargoyles, so I go like mass archers. Nah, you can still flex from this to mass ghouls, right? So it's a really good number where you can still decide what kind of army composition you want to build, and 6 gargoyles don't commit you to make just gargoyles. So it's still a good number. So as you can see, we're securing our expansion. We're slightly behind, I think, in mining. Yeah, he's almost 1k mined. And also, I want to show this game from my perspective and see, and just to show you what kind of decisions I'm making based on the information I have. So also here my process thought is like, why am I on this side of the map and not this side of the map? First of all, if I had more gargoyles, I would probably creep this, but with 2 gargoyles, it's not efficient, so it wouldn't be fast enough, in my opinion. So what I wanted to do is like go on his side of the map and start creeping his creeps. I actually thought that after his TP and hero lose, he will creep defensively, so he gonna creep this, and he gonna creep the middle. And we're just gonna show the map what he's doing, and he's not creeping this, he just went aggressive on the map. The third possibility is that he's just gonna go really aggressive on your expansion and just try to deny it again. So I think like giving my choice and the information I had, that was kind of good play, because if there's a scenario where he's not creeping this and this and he wants to go and attack my expansion, I can actually trade. And I'm okay with trading, because I think I scale much better and I'm still more flexible with this army than he is. And I think that Night Elf with Keeper needs expansion more than me in this position. So if he's going to attack my expansion, I'm gonna attack his expansion and we're just gonna trade. And I think this trade is a much better trade for the undead player. I think maybe it would be an even trade if he was playing Demon Hunter with Naga, but Keeper is a worse scaling hero on one base. So he's pushing, as you can see, he even made a Druid of the Talon, so he was aiming for a tier 2 all-in, even making Agent of War. So yeah, right now, and he doesn't have TP. You can see he's really committing hard. So when I saw that he doesn't have TP, I knew that okay, we're trading and I'm gonna kill his expansion, and for me that's a win. And behind I can tech. But somehow, okay, I actually cancelled tech because I think I thought I can defend my expansion. But that was a bad decision to cancel tech and make goals. I think I should be teching. At this point I should be teching already. But I know that at this moment I thought like, okay, maybe I'm gonna force him back when I'm gonna attack his base, because I saw I already killed the expansion. But then again, that was a bad choice. I should be just teching right now. So my tech gonna be a little late, but you can see he's still trying to kill my expansion and he is losing wisps, he lost a lore, he's losing a shop, so he's losing a lot. That's a really bad trade for him right now. And that's why, look, that's why movement to the left side of the map was a really good decision here. And as you can see, Garsk will bring a lot of tactical mobility for me right now. So he's going back, we don't care about this expansion. And I'm like, okay, it's fine. I have 3 free heroes, so my levels are higher. And I'm taking behind. I'm really healthy. I can really creep really efficiently right now with gargoyles. So I decided to finish the left side of the map and keep aggression on his side. And remember that he still doesn't have TP on his hero. So I can force him back to his base really easily from this position. Also, when you're playing Undead against Night Elf, remember that creeping is a really important factor. I think like a lot of Undeads, when they play against Night Elf, they don't creep enough. They look for too much aggression, and they sometimes forget to creep. Creeping is really important, so always. If there's nothing to do on the map, you don't see your opponent, at least creep. Don't lose time. And look at the mistake. I actually missed the item. I didn't pick up the item. So also, still mistakes happen, right? It's not 100%, but you know, like sometimes you're gonna forget about the item, or like think you pick it up and don't even see it. So after I finish this,
Summoning is complete.
I don't know if I'm gonna creep this or I'm gonna go to base. Yeah, I'm gonna split my army. So yeah, gargoyles, they go to harass. You're gonna see that a wisp kill takes double volley. 1, 2. That's why 6 is really good number, as you can see. And we're splitting, we're creeping, we're harassing, we're forcing his army back. We know from the aura that he was creeping the middle. Let's see, did he finish this? No, he didn't. He just came back. He pulled the creep somewhere here. And we're super safe. We have level 4 DK, almost level 4 Lich. Gargoyles are really annoying. We confirm that he is remaking expansion, which means that his army quality is still low. It takes a lot of resource to remake expansion. Tech behind. He lost a lore. He's losing wisps. He needs to remake wisps. He's not creeping enough. So we're just slowly getting really ahead. And we're gonna prepare a really strong push with the frenzy and orb. And since we have a confirmation, I confirm that he has a lot of archers and he's not making any air units. I actually started making more ghouls, you see? And because I didn't commit for like more gargoyles for a number of 8 or 10, I was able to make what? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ghouls basically with frenzy and 1 statue. That's like a really insane army against 50 supply archers. He should be crushed by this army. Because of his lack of mobility, our harass with gargoyles, and we are able to secure this creep and just get even more ahead on this map. And just look how useful gargoyles are on this map with the vision, with the creep efficiency, with the harass. And the flexibility in your play. I really love this playstyle on this map. I think this map is just made for a gargoyle play. Even if your opponent knows that you're playing gargoyle, you still can be flexible. You can still force him to make the army you want him to make. So if he thinks that a counter to your gargoyle play is mass archers, then you just make mass ghouls. And you just counter your opponent. So you have the upper hand if we talk about the strategy here. So also getting perfect items with the Scourgebone chimes. So gonna have Vampiric Aura, level 4 Lich. I mean, this is a GG push. Expansion behind. It's really safe right now. We don't need to break supply. Army is really strong. Securing expansion is really important because you always want to have a backup plan. Either commit for this push and break supply and you want to finish your opponent, or you make a push that can finish the game, but if you screw up, if you make a mistake, you still have expansion behind and you can play around expansion and for a longer game. So I tend to play a little bit safer. I don't really like to all in that much with my pushes. So I always like leave an option to myself if I screw something up. But at this point I felt really confident that I could even break supply. But if this push was during the day, I would probably push all in, because then I know that his Moonwells would be dry and he wouldn't be able to heal. But this is during the night, and Night Elf is really strong during the night, so there's no point in like forcing. Okay, and this is now another decision. Okay, it's like a gamble right now, but if you're seeing this position and you see a TP from your opponent, right? Where is the safe position for him to TP? Or a good position? He can TP like here, he can TP here, or he can TP here or here. I actually thought that there's a possibility that he gonna TP here, but I didn't want to go there because if I go there and he doesn't TP here, he like TPs here or here, I'm closed. So I chose the high possibility that he could TP here, and if he TPs here, I surround him. But if he TPs and I can kill his entire army. But if he TPs here or here, I just move to his main base, and I keep the mobility. I don't want to close myself, right? So at least I gonna move onto the right side, and I gonna give myself a chance to surround his army with his bad TP decision. You can see I decide to move here, and boom, there's his army. There's nothing he can do. He just A move, Nova into his army, and you kill everything. I don't know if I even lost anything right now. I could have surrounded the hero. I actually thought I gonna kill him, but I didn't check the inventory. He had a heal potion, a scroll. Ah, that's already over. Coil Nova. And the game is over. Yeah. So, yeah, this is basically a GG. So as you can see, I really like to play this kind of opening with Altar and Crypt and one Ziggurat. You have a little slower hero compared to your opponent, but you can actually creep this creep with triple ghoul and not solo DK and 2 skeletons, and you risk being harassed by a wisp or a demon hunter later. This game came up to be against Keeper. Usually I don't choose to play Gargoyle style against Keeper, but I really wanted to try this style that I use basically really often against Demon Hunter. I feel like Gargoyle play is really strong against Demon Hunter. So I wanted to try this style based on the map, and it worked really well for me. So I hope you really enjoyed this game. We're just gonna see how it finishes. There is literally no chance. It's just 41 supply, a lot of gold for my opponent, so his macro wasn't on point. But all the mistakes came because of my mobility on the map and being in two places all the time. Harassing with my gargoyles, scouting with skeletons, creeping. It requires, and he didn't have a full information on what I'm doing. 6 gargoyles gave me enough flexibility for him to still be in a position where he doesn't know what kind of army composition I'm gonna make at the end of the game. So yeah, this was the first replay. I didn't make any cuts, and I hope you really enjoyed this game. I will try to improve myself. I'm gonna watch this and try to learn from it. So if you have any questions, if you liked it, if you have any feedback, just leave a comment below. Subscribe, like the channel, and I'm gonna bring more games, more matchups, undead versus orc, human, undead. As I said before, it's going to be from my ladder games, from my tournament games. I also gonna commentate the games I lost, but I feel that are worth commentating, that happened a lot, and we both can learn from it. So yeah, I hope you really enjoyed, and stay tuned for more. So bye bye and see ya.